Yuichiro Hanma, the first to defeat the United States by himself, the father of the strongest creature, and the grandfather of the strongest high schooler and the impure Hanma. Yuichiro, unlike his son Yujiro, is a rather kind and calm man, especially in comparison to Yujiro, as I said. This is the same man who just wanted to protect his island from the Americans during World War II. But how strong is Yuichiro? Just a heads up, this might be a rather short video considering that there isn't a lot to go off of for Yuichiro. He hasn't had that many fights, statements, and hasn't really showed up that many times throughout the series, so I'll go off what I found. Now, during a flashback, we're shown that Yuichiro is able to throw a man with enough force to break a boat deck. This is the same deck that supposedly can withstand direct attacks from big weapons. It's unclear if it refers to big weapons like weapons from a navy boat, like say the Royal Navy currently uses the Daring class destroyer that contained short range missiles and has, DSM Mark IIs. It's really unclear on what type of weapons we're talking about, but if we assume it can withstand some weapons the Japanese used on their boats during the time, the Japanese battle Yamato that had the 46cm 45 Type 94 naval gun, this weapon is able to produce like shells like an AP Type 91 traveling at a speed of 720 meters per second. There's actually an analogy used within the series itself, comparing Yujiro to the average soldier. It was something like comparing a first class fighter to children, which was actually pretty accurate within the World War II flashback, considering that he twisted a man's neck unnaturally, later throwing him so hard he mangled his body. Add that with the fact that over 1,000 tons of TNT from planes and shit was used for Yujiro specifically, but failed to even harm him. Now, it is unsure that if it was all together or one at a time, but some people are able to scale this to town level. The general in charge of the operation to kill Yuichiro wanted to use a nuke, only getting refused due to the end of the war. For some reason, people twist the words in the scan saying Yuichiro did, in fact, tank a nuke, which is false. Yuichiro never was shown to tank a nuke. It's still impressive that Yuichiro was bullying the USA to the point where they wanted to drop a nuke. Mind you, the new USA military is considered to be one of the strongest there is. This was both Yujiro's and Pickle's reaction when Yuichiro first appeared in spirit form. Yujiro being uneasy, shocked, a little scared, and later angry, while Pickle was just straight up pissing himself in fear. Before anyone says something like, oh, Pickle didn't understand Yuichiro, so that's why he was scared. Pickle didn't understand most things upon his introduction, and instead of being scared, he was more curious and wanted to learn. Keeping that in mind, Pickle being scared of Yuichiro means he's most likely scared of Yuichiro's abilities and his presence alone. This means that Yuichiro is comparable, if not stronger, than these two said characters. For reference on why this is pretty impressive within the Bakuverse, Yujiro has been stated or implied not once, not just twice, but on 5 different occasions to be stronger than a nuclear bomb. There are probably more statements like this that I am not aware of, but yet again, these are statements and you could likely argue against these statements, but one thing that is absolutely concrete that you can't really argue against for Yujiro's scaling is his infamous earthquake stopping feat he performed early on in the series. When I make a Yujiro video, I will go more in depth about Yujiro and this feat in particular, but this feat has been calculated by a million different goddamn people. Some people scaled the high end be around large town level, and other people can get this feat to city level. And since Yuichiro was seemingly not trying, you could potentially upscale him, but that's up to you. But considering all this, Yuichiro's at the least large town to city level. And since Yuichiro is comparable, if not stronger in comparison, he should be in a similar tier to his son. And since Yuichiro was able to make Pickle scared as well, you could scale Yuichiro comparable, if not above, Pickle. Pickle actually was able to survive the meteor that killed the dinosaurs, since his first appearance was him fighting a T Rex frozen in ice. And it was stated that he was fighting that same T Rex during the meteor hitting Earth. He might have been a few kilometers away, and people have calculated this to small city level to small city level plus with this idea in mind. So yeah, at the end of the day, Yuichiro is definitely one of the strongest characters within the verse, if not the strongest character within the verse, and is a force not to be reckoned with.